Starting off the show with the Pretty Wild, their latest track. I believe it came out like yesterday. Paradox. It's Peaches here. This is Peaches Pit Party. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. First world problem right here. I was trying my best to transfer those tickets. I finally have the tickets for the winners for the Chevelle giveaway that we did like back in March. So I was trying to transfer them to people on this computer in the K-Bear studio. You know, for some reason, Ticketmaster, every single time you want to transfer tickets, they need a code. They need to send you a code, and then you have to enter that code every single time. So I'm trying to transfer like 10 pairs, sometimes 20 pairs of tickets all at once. It's extremely annoying. But as soon as I would enter the code on this computer, it would just freeze for some reason. So then I ran over to the Cannonball studio. It's working in there for some dumb reason. So I came running back here because I realized, hey, it's almost 2 o'clock. I got to get ready for my actual show in the midst of calling people who won way back in March, back when we did the whole Chevelle cipher, you know, that giveaway. We might be doing another last-minute giveaway for that concert coming up Tuesday, September 30th. Chevelle, Asking Alexandria, Dead Poet Society at the Mountain America Center. Very excited for it. I've been wanting to see Asking Alexandria again. I've been definitely wanting to see Chevelle. Dead Poet Society, they had that really catchy song called Hurt that we played for a little while. It's nice. Can't wait to actually see that live, too. Last night, I stayed up way too late, so if I sound a little lethargic this afternoon, I apologize. I stupidly took a nap right after I got off of work. So then I woke up. It's late. I'm like, you know what? I'm now not tired. Let me just go to my computer and game it up. And what do I end up playing for like 3 hours straight? Keep Digging. It's a $5 Steam game where the whole objective is to keep digging down to 1,000 meters. You end up finding this bunker. You go to the very end, you click the button. It sets off a nuke. And then you start digging all over again, but with your upgraded tools. That's the whole point of the game, is to just keep digging. You unlock skins. You sell ores to upgrade your tools. And it was a whole lot of fun. It was quite addicting. It's stupid. It's silly, but it entertained me for a few hours last night. I might go back home and play it again tonight. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015, Peaches Pit Party. We'll be back here in just a few. I think I already found my to peach their own question for later this afternoon at 4 p.m. What's something you pretend to hate but secretly love? All right, let's go into the answers here. Attention is number one. Do you secretly love attention? Absolutely. I mean, what does Victor say about radio DJs? They're all craving for your attention, hence why they're in the business. Crocs, another thing here. Someone said they clown on them, but man, they're comfy. I want to get a pair. They come in size 16. I need to get a pair of Crocs. I'm not necessarily going to wear them out in public, but I'll wear them for my, hey, I need to take out the trash. Let me quickly put some shoes on. Put them in sports mode, too, when it's icy outside. Compliments, something you pretend to hate but secretly love. I've never hated compliments ever in my entire life. If you give me one, I'll be like, oh, thank you. I just awkwardly stand there. I might possibly turn red, you know. Cheesy teen rom-coms. Everyone pretends to hate those Hallmark Christmas movies, too. But then every year they get watched, hence why they keep making them. A good to peach their own question for later this afternoon. I'll get this posted in our K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group. What's something you pretend to hate but secretly love? Someone better say Peaches Pit Party. Peaches Pit Party on K-Bear 101. Grand Theft Auto 6, of course, every gamer is talking about it. Set to be released in May of next year. And Rockstar Games already getting ready for a record-breaking debut. They went so far as to describe it as the largest game launch in history. What if this thing flops? Behind the scenes, they're hiring a whole bunch of people to scale things up to handle the demand, especially considering this is the first new entry in the franchise in over a decade. Yeah, I was just talking about that off the air with a couple of friends of mine, where GTA 5 came out in like 2012. I was thinking about downloading it again, playing it on the PC, so that way I can gear myself up for GTA 6, because I kind of forgot the story. Even though I just played the story not that long ago, I kind of forgot about it. I want to make sure I play it at least once more before I dive deep into GTA 6. Not like it's a whole not like GTA 5 will tie into GTA 6. Maybe it will. Who knows? I don't think there's any rumors out there as of yet about, well, I'm sure there is, but I just haven't seen them yet, of voice actors, characters from GTA 5 making their place or having a role in GTA 6. I just wish I had the call to be a radio DJ on that thing. That would be a dream of mine, to be a voice in any video game, let alone GTA 6. Man, that would be so cool. Static X, of course, with Push It. They'll be opening up for Mudvayne Friday, October 3rd at the Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater. Hopefully you're ready for that show. If you want to buy your tickets, you can find the show on our concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. You can also just go to etix.com to buy your tickets for that show. We already gave away all of the tickets we could for that awesome show happening again Friday, October 3rd at the Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater. What's happening also a week later is In This Moment, Dayseeker, The Funeral Portrait, and Dead live at the Mountain America Center on Friday, October 10th. You got to listen out for back-to-back tracks from any one of those four bands that I just mentioned. Be caller 20 when you do at 208-535-1015. Win tickets to that show as well. I've been hooking a lot of people up with tickets to a lot of various concerts. You know, concert season, sadly, almost over. You know, I think it usually ends around November, and then trying to go to any concert in November, December, especially in Salt Lake City and Boise. It's kind of tough with the weather, you know. If there's any show happening over there in Boise or over there in Salt Lake in January or February too, kind of gets messy. There was that one time I tried to go see Beartooth, Sleep Theory, and Vent Animate in Salt Lake, and all of a sudden we got one of the biggest snowstorms we had seen that entire year. And the drive down to Salt Lake would have been like 5.5 hours. It would have been brutal. So, yeah, make sure to go to a concert before concert season ends. You can also check out that concert calendar, like I always talk about, at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar, or you can use the concert calendar link right there within the app. It'll take you directly to it. If you've thought that there were a lot more lawn field goals made in the first 2 weeks of the NFL season, you're not alone. It could be about the balls. Before this season, teams used special kicking footballs that players did not have access to until game days. For this year, teams received 60 footballs for the season before the start of training camp, and kickers were allowed to work those footballs into the shape they want. That move has paid off as more made field goals of 50-plus yards were made in Week 2 than any week since the 2000 season. Tom Brady's role as an announcer on Fox and as part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders just got trickier after he showed up at Monday night's game against the Chargers in the coach's box with headphones on. It's all a mess because Brady talks to teams to prepare for his announcing duties. This, of course, might mean that the Cowboys and Bears, the teams Brady will call on Sunday, won't want to share any info since he's clearly talking to the Raiders staff. The U.S. Open was a smash hit with great weather in the New York City area during the tournament, helping to draw in a record 1.14 million fans. It was also a smash on TV with the men's final watched by an average of 3 million viewers, an 82% surge from last year's final and the best number for it since 2015. But the biggest hit was the booze. Tournament officials say that 738,459 Honey Deuce cocktails were sold, which represented almost more than 30% increase from last year. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update. I mean, I would have to drink too if I was watching tennis. Anyway, that does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. At what point do you consider yourself old? Like when you go to a concert, you prefer to seat rather than stand, only because your knees, are going to hurt the next day if you were to stand in the pit for a couple of hours. What else is there? Do you wake up earlier, go to bed earlier? How about you're celebrating something and you injure yourself? Sean McVay, the head coach of the LA Rams, I should have included this in the Shot Clock Sports Update. During his Coach McVay show, I didn't realize he had his own show. Goes back to my whole thing about how everyone doesn't need to have a show, but Sean McVay is one interesting guy. I believe he has like a photographic memory. I saw something about that when he was getting interviewed. He's really, really smart. Seems really, really nice, too. I'm a big fan of the LA Rams. Been there since they moved back to LA. Been a fan since they moved back to LA. Before I was considering myself a New England Patriots fan, and all my friends hated me just because I loved Rob Gronkowski. But anyway, Sean McVay, he was celebrating the Los Angeles Rams win over what team? The Tennessee Titans. They won 33-19, and he must have been jumping up and down or something to where he didn't just strain his plantar fascia. How do you say this? His plantar fascia. He tore it completely, and they're calling it a gruesome injury. Yeah, Sean McVay suffered gruesome injury during Week 2 victory. Would you consider yourself old at that point? I'm always afraid of having something like that happen to me. I jump up one day. There was one time, back when I was like 24, I was getting out of my car to go to the gym. I was in the gym parking lot, getting out of my car, and I threw my back out. I've been old since I was very young, apparently. I don't know why this is popping up now. There was another radio show that talked about this exact thing, and I looked it up. Sure enough, it was breaking news back in 2023. Should I even talk about this? Well, it's still pretty crazy that Pedro Pascal, I've never watched Game of Thrones. I don't ever plan on watching Game of Thrones, just not my thing. I don't care for fantasy. I don't care for anything like that. So apparently Pedro Pascal, he was in Game of Thrones. If you haven't seen it, I'm about to say a spoiler, so I'll give you some time right now. Okay, there we go. People were recreating his death in Game of Thrones. I don't even know how you say his character's name, Oberyn Martell. He was allowing fans to place their fingers in his eyes for selfies to recreate the death of his Game of Thrones character until he got an eye infection from the interaction. Yeah, it happened 2 years ago. So there's that, apparently. I don't know why this popped up in the news again, a 2-year-old story. Pedro Pascal is one of those dudes, I hate to use this phrase, an industry plant, but he definitely seems like one, to be quite honest. I've never met someone who really, really loves him. There's always the people that are like obsessed with him online, but I've never met anybody who says they love Pedro Pascal, and he's been acting kind of weird as of late. You know, he gets like, he says he has anxiety, so he starts getting handsy with actresses and such, and it's a little weird. Pedro Pascal might have a quick downfall. Peach's prediction. Pedro Pascal gets caught in some sort of weird scandal in the near future, and sure enough, he just falls out of the spotlight. Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. We are giving away passes once more to the crazy figure eight car races at the Rigby Fairgrounds on September 27th. If you want a family 4-pack to these, make sure to sign up within the apps, the K-Bear app, the Alt app, the Cannonball 101 app. You can sign up on all three. You can sign up on one and just call it there. Either way works for me because on Friday we'll be drawing winners and making sure those get handed out accordingly. The family 4-packs to the crazy figure eight car races once again at the Rigby Fairgrounds on September 27th. I think it might be the last one of the year. Don't hold me to that, but I think it might be just because September 27th, I mean, we're already kind of getting that fall feel in the air. I hate to say the dreadful S word on the air, but there was snow. There was snow in the Tetons not that long ago. I think it was over the weekend. I think that's when I saw the article, but it might be on its way here shortly. Okay, knocking on wood. I hope it's not. But anyway, crazy figure eight car races. Win your family 4-pack with us. Make sure to sign up within the apps. Korn is going to be on the Aftershock lineup all the way out in Sacramento. We actually gave away a pair of passes to the festival on Tuesday, yesterday. Shout out to loyal listener Hondo winning those tickets. We asked him off the air, hey, do you really plan on traveling to Sacramento? Because we want to make sure we give these passes to somebody who's going to do the big adventure, going to take on the big journey from Southeast Idaho all the way to Sacramento, California. I mean, we're kind of doing a majority of the lifting, I would think, with getting you into the go to the festival. $600 4-day passes. $600 each. So we're giving you like a $1,200 package, kind of, just to be like, all right, now make your way over to Sacramento. So that way you can go see over 115 bands on this crazy multi-stage lineup here. I mean, Korn, Bring Me the Horizon, A Perfect Circle, the list goes on. I posted the full lineup on our social media pages recently. I'm sure you can find it at KBear 101 FM. We got another pair of passes to give away for that. I think maybe we'll do that tomorrow. We're doing this half and half game with this giveaway where you have to guess which songs are being played for you. Basically what I did is I took 5 seconds of one song and 5 seconds of another song from both bands, from two bands off of the Aftershock lineup. You have to tell me what those songs and artists are, and you win those tickets. So be caller 20 when you hear that cue to call. Play our half and half game, and there you go. That's right. You're into Aftershock. You just got to make your way over to Sacramento. I think this band might be on the Aftershock lineup too. I'm not exactly sure. I feel like every band on the K-Bear playlist is. It's Hailstorm. Darkness Always Wins on K-Bear 101. I tell you, people want to provide their 2 cents on everything. And I mean everything. There was a Carl's Jr. right by the shopping mall in Idaho Falls. It's now gone. People were asking for the longest time, what's that place going to turn into? What's it gonna be? And now it's official. It got posted multiple times by, East Idaho News and a couple of other outlets that Chipotle is coming to Idaho Falls. And there was a lot of people when Chipotle first came to Rexburg that were like, why Rexburg out of all places? Because they got one. Simple. I was there when it really first opened. I drove to Rexburg, got myself a burrito, loaded it up, and it was good. I liked it. I'm excited now there's one in Idaho Falls. Even if there was a place like Trader Joe's, for example, making its way to Pocatello, I'd travel down to Pocatello for Trader Joe's. I just wish they would even contemplate coming to the area. One of the best grocery stores out there. I just wish we had one here. But there's so many people in the comments. You can tell it's the East Idaho News really knows how to drive people to argue with one another. They do a good job of it because there's the post and then they say, like, what do you think of it? And of course, everybody in the comments, not another one of those California restaurants coming to the area. I already had to chime in because somebody commented saying, and just like that, we are California. No, we are not. Calm down. I'm glad, I'm seeing here, there's a ton of laugh reacts laughing at this person. And just like that, we are California. Not even close whatsoever. And even if we got some other California-based restaurants, we still would not even be 1/32 of being California. I was just there not that long ago. It is awful. Having to pay for parking, traffic, tons and tons of traffic. I'm talking about a 4-mile commute is 40 minutes driving in Los Angeles. Idaho Falls is nowhere close to that. just like that, we are California. Maybe I should put that as a K-Bear imager. And just like that, we are K-Bear 101. Peaches Pit Party on K-Bear 101. If you're not aware, I've been talking about the in-office fantasy football league that we have. It's quite fun. I've won the first 2 games. I don't know how I won week 2. I was down big time. And I keep forgetting the guy's last name who saved me. I had him in the flex position, Jacoby something of the Las Vegas Raiders. You think for him saving me, I would know his name by now. Even when I had all those notifications coming in telling me, hey, Jacoby's in the red zone. Jacoby's in the red zone over and over and over again. Thank you to him. Thank you to Jacoby, last name, for helping me win week 2 in our fantasy football league. I'm still undefeated, thankfully. Josh from Classy 97, he's quite upset that his team's 0-2. I think there's only 3 of us who are 2-0. It's me, Star, Kevin, the big boss man himself. I think it's only us 3. But now this week, I'm set to face Justin from 105 The Hawk. My lineup's looking good. He had Joe Burrow as his starting quarterback. I say that because if you're not familiar with football, he has this injury called turf toe. And I'm glad somebody else pointed this out. It's such a hilariously sounding injury for how bad it actually is. I mean, I really don't even know what exactly it is. What exactly is turf toe? A sprain of the metatarsal. Okay, well, it's not the metatarsal. It's like the metatarsal phalangeal joint at the base of the big toe. It is commonly caused by repetitive hyperextension of the big toe during activities such as running, jumping, pivoting on hard surfaces like artificial turf. Turf toe. Oh, why do I feel like sudden rug burn on the bottom of my foot after saying that? Like you sort of feel the pain after reading something like that, you know? But he's out for like 3 months, and it's not looking good. I mean, he's had other injuries too. He's following Anthony Glassbones and Paper Skin Davis for how much he gets injured. Like when he was a rookie, he tore his ACL, or he tore something major and was out for like a majority of the season. Like, this guy's been out for quite some time. But turf toe, really? Somebody just came up with that and said, yeah, that's the official name of this injury. This meme went on to say it would be if like a player tore their Achilles and we said, oops, he may have heel peel. And I thought that was quite funny. People are, in fact, celebrating. You know, summer kind of unofficially ended, I should say. When is the official end of summer? Monday, September 22nd. So it's this upcoming Monday, as a matter of fact. That's when summer is officially over. Fall is going to be here. I know here in Idaho, we don't necessarily... I mean, we still get more of a fall than what I got growing up. My dad and my sister, 2 years ago, came out here to visit just because my sister wanted to see actual leaves changing color. In California, it's relatively the same weather year-round, which has its pros and cons too, but still, it's nice that we get somewhat of a fall, even though sometimes it feels like we just skip from summer to winter, then back to summer eventually. Monday, September 22nd, the official end of summer, but the reason why I'm talking about this is because Costco is bringing back their nearly 4-pound pumpkin pie. It's already in stores from what it says here. Still only $6. I guess Costco sells more than 6 million pumpkin pies between September and December each year. So, I mean, they keep it cheap because so many people buy it. I mean, 6 million times $5.99 plus tax. You want to do the math there? There you go. God, Costco really has a cult following. There's a whole book called The Joy of Costco, a treasure hunt from A to Z. Oh, the data from that pie that I just talked about, how Costco sells more than 6 million pumpkin pies between September and December. They got that number from that book, The Joy of Costco, a treasure hunt from A to Z. You never see any other book like that except for Costco. You don't see the Joy of Walmart, a treasure hunt from A to Z. Anyway, here's Bush, the land of milk and honey on K-Bear 101. Well, I think I found another story that Victor can base an Advocates Injury Attorneys commercial off of. This Florida woman, she was arrested for driving the wrong way on the interstate. And then she told cops her husband was the one who was driving. There's only one problem. She was the only one in the car. Tampa police received a call about a wrong-way driver on the I-4 spotted a silver Toyota Camry speeding westbound in the eastbound lanes at around 60 miles per hour. The driver, Christina Bial, she refused to pull over, prompting a high-risk pursuit. In the process, she struck a police cruiser before finally being brought to a stop with a pit maneuver. An officer asked her, "Do you realize you're going the wrong way on the interstate?" She appeared confused and replied, "On this interstate? No. This car? Are you serious?" She then claimed her husband was driving, even though there was no one else in the car. She eventually admitted to drinking at 2 bars and failed the field sobriety test. There it is. There's the real answer. She was just gone. Her breath alcohol level was more than twice the legal limit. She got a DUI. and also a charge for fleeing police at a high speed. Again, if you get injured in an accident because of somebody like this on the road, call the Advocates Injury Attorneys. There you go. All right, I asked the question that I talked about during the 2 p.m. hour. What's something you pretend to hate but secretly love? And I did make that joke. Somebody should say Peach's Pit Party. Thank you, Amber, for doing so. Appreciate it. My dad wrote myself in the comment section on the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group. What's something you pretend to hate but secretly love? Myself. I was glad Andrew was honest with his answer. Taylor Swift's country music? Sure. Jason put baby metal. That's good. Derek, yacht rock? All right. What's something you pretend to hate but secretly love? Call in to the show, 208-535-1015 for to peach their own. What's something you pretend to hate but secretly love?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a really good question. I don't think there's anything. If I love it, I love it. If I hate it, I hate it.
All right.
That's a good question. Like, I'd say rap music. I really don't like rap music, but I like some, like Juice WRLD.
Well, there you go.
But I don't know. You got me on a stumper. I'll think about this until I get home from work, and if I come up with a better answer, I'll call you back.
All right. Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Peaches. Have a good day.
You too. You know what? At least he tried. 208-535-1015. What's something you pretend to hate but secretly love? Let me know. K-Bear, what's up?
Hey, Peaches, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. Hey, I was just calling to throw an answer in for your question of the day.
What's something you pretend to hate but secretly love?
I can't believe I'm going to admit this to the world, but K-pop demon hunters.
I mean, there's a lot of people watching that show, and I had no idea what it was until recently.
My daughter watched it probably 3 or 4 times a day when it came out, and those songs just burrowed their way into my very soul. I swear to goodness.
Are they just, like, is the show good too?
Did you see that Spider-Man animated movie, Into the Spider-Verse?
No, I haven't, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, it's got a very cool animation style, very similar to that. It's the same company that did that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's got a real cool animation style. Story is take it or leave it, but if those songs, you'll be humming them for the rest of your life, I think, for better or for worse.
Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.